In this video, your presenters will be the members of Group 2, namely myself, Zeda Ilahi, Onika Dugan, Melissa Ferdinand, and Shanta Brown. In this presentation, we will be examining the broad topic, impacts of visa restrictions in a given territory, as well as the narrow topic, the impacts of visa restrictions in Africa. Given the student's topic, the impacts of visa restrictions in Africa, the most suitable expository method is the cause and effect analysis. In fact, the sentences in the outline are already written as cause and effect statements, which confirms its natural fit. According to Purdue University's online writing lab, the cause and effect approach is ideal when analyzing how one event can or a policy leads to specific outcomes, helping writers go above and beyond description and provide analytical reasoning. The student's narrow topic explicitly asks about the impact of visa restrictions. An impact is a consequence or effect. Therefore, the entire essay is designed to analyze a chain of causality. Also, cause and effect analysis requires the student to move beyond simple description. It demands a critical examination of the mechanisms or the why and how behind the impacts. For example, according to the outline given, the student must explain why a visa restriction, which is a cause, leads to something else, which is the effect. In contrast, process analysis focuses on a step-by-step sequence, like how a visa is issued. This would be descriptive and fail to deliver the required critical appraisal of the impacts. Therefore, the student must use cause and effect analysis to fulfill the analytical requirements of the assignment and align with the core question posed by the narrow topic. Let us now examine some of the strengths and weaknesses that were observed in the topic-to-sentence outline, as well as some of the recommendations to strengthen on these weaknesses. Firstly, the outline demonstrates excellent narrowing of the broad topic, which is the impact of visa restrictions in a selected territory. It is effectively narrowed to a more manageable and geographically focused topic, which is now the impact of visa restrictions in Africa. Also, one must note that there is a strong alignment with the expository method, which is the cause and effect analysis. The subpoint and topic sentences produce a natural frame using cause and effect analysis. They clearly establish the cause and the resulting effect. One of the weaknesses that was identified in the topic to sentence outline is that the third topic sentence is too detailed, meaning the examples should not have been listed in the topic sentence. Instead, the example should have been listed in the body, which is part of TEEES. Therefore, the topic sentence should have been missed economic opportunities for the local service economy are caused by visa restrictions in Africa. Another weakness that was identified is that the thesis statement is missing. The thesis should include the 3 points mentioned in the subpoints to clearly state the main arguments. For example, visa restrictions in Africa negatively impact economic development by limiting intra-regional trade, reducing income in the tourism sector, and hindering growth in the local service economy.
Now, let's take a look at another strength and weakness as it relates to the topic to sentence outline. Strength. Topic sentences 1 and 2 are well structured. No run-on sentences or fragments can be observed. Weakness. The sentence, reduction of income to the tourism sector, is an outcome of visa restrictions in Africa. This sentence can be misunderstood due to several factors. These include an unclear cause to effect link, vague scope, uncertainty about timing, and passive construction effect. The passive voice may make the sentence feel detached and less direct, making it difficult to understand the causal effect. To reduce misinterpretation, the sentence should be more active and specific, demonstrating cause to effect relationships. Recommendation: the original sentence is suitable for an academic essay if it follows the essay's flow. However, it can be enhanced using an active voice to clarify the cause and effect relationship, improve flow as a topic sentence, and fit better within the essay structure. For instance, one major effect of visa restrictions in Africa is the reduction of income in the tourism sector.
One strength that was noted was there were valid and substantial points for development. Unfortunately, the outline is too limited to only economic effects. My suggestion: consider adding one non-economic subpoint to provide a more holistic analysis. For example, effects on family ties, academic collaboration, or cultural exchange. Broaden some of the scope by including at least one subpoint addressing non-economic impact. We will now be looking at the introductory paragraph to give the writer some insights about this paragraph. Our introductory paragraph is key when engaging in expository writing. The significance of this paragraph is to capture the reader's attention and to ensure they remain interested in the topic. This can be done by identifying facts about the topic or even asking a question to the reader. It is necessary to have factual background information to give the reader an insight about the particular topic. This should not be overwhelming, but just enough to keep the reader's attention. When concluding your introductory paragraph, you must end with your thesis statement, which will highlight the main arguments in the essay. Remember, never conclude a paragraph by using in conclusion or to end or to close. With these key factors, you are on your way to an excellent essay. All topics should be clearly stated, and the significance of the topic should include time, place, culture, events that surround the topic. Remember, use clear and precise language. Your language must be straightforward and easy to understand. I repeat, remember to use clear and precise language. A good tip is to write your introduction to your research paper last so that you have a clear idea of what you are introducing. When thinking about the overall structure of the introduction section, it is helpful to visualize the introduction as an upside down triangle.
Hello, everyone. I am Onika Duggan. Today, we're going to be looking at creating a body paragraph using TEES. The TEES strategy, developed by global educators, adapts the peel writing method from Australia and the United Kingdom. It helps students structure paragraph through 4 steps: point, evidence, explanation, and link. According to Gibbons, this method guides writers in crafting well supported essays and responses, emphasizing focus points, supporting evidence, and connection to the main thesis. Gardner suggests that this organized approach enhances clarity and facilitates easier writing. Similarly, the T structure is often used in academic writing to organize ideas and develop clear, analytical, and well structured body paragraphs. It presents the main idea and supporting details logically and coherently, ensuring the information is reliable, relevant, and flows from general to specific points to reach a clear conclusion as suggested by Garin. Now, we're going to be deciphering the acronym TEES and how it helps to develop a body paragraph. First, we have T, which stands for topic sentence. This identifies the main idea. Then we have E, explanation. This explains the cause and effect relationship. E, evidence or example. This provides facts and credibility for explanation. E, elaboration. This links evidence with supporting details. And finally, S, for summary or link. This reinforces main points or transition to the next paragraph. How can TEES be applied to develop the body paragraph for topic sentence 2 of the student's topic to sentence outline example? The body paragraph states, one major effect of visa restrictions in Africa is the reduction of income in the tourism sector. Restrictive entry requirements discourage international travel, limiting the number of foreign visitors and negatively affecting tourism dependent businesses such as hotels, restaurants, and local attractions. According to the African Development Bank Group, these barriers to mobility also reduce employment opportunities and foreign exchange earnings across the continent's tourism sectors, and easing such restrictions could significantly increase trade, tourism revenue, and job creation. The decline in tourist arrivals directly impact national economies, particularly in regions where tourism serves as a primary source of income and employment. Therefore, restrictive visa policies not only deter visitors but also undermine one of Africa's most promising sectors for sustainable economic diversification. Now, we're going to be deciphering the body paragraph using the TEES strategy. First, we begin with the topic sentence. One major effect of visa restrictions in Africa is the reduction of income in the tourism sector. This introduces the main idea of the paragraph, which is the economic impact of visa restrictions on tourism. It informs the reader that the discussion will focus on the link between visa restrictions and reduced income in the tourism sector. Next, we go to the explanation. Restrictive entry requirements discourage international travel, limiting the number of foreign tourists and negatively impacting tourism dependent businesses such as hotels, restaurants, and local attractions. This explains why visa restrictions lead to reduced income by describing the link between strict entry rules and lower tourist numbers. As such, it clarifies the cause and effect relationship between visa restrictions and the decline in income via tourism. Next step is our evidence or example, and it states, according to the African Development Bank Group, these barriers to mobility also reduce employment opportunities and foreign exchange earnings across the continent's tourism sector, and easing such restrictions could significantly increase trade, tourism revenue, and job creation. This provides evidence from a credible source, such as the African Development Bank Group, to support the claim with data and authority. Remember, facts, statistics, and scholarly sources ensure the supporting details for the main idea are relevant, reliable, and valid. Next, we come to elaboration. The decline in tourist arrivals directly impact national economies, particularly in regions where tourism serves as a primary source of income and employment. Here, the evidence has been elaborated or expanded on by explaining the broader economic consequences, which are connecting reduced tourist numbers to real economic outcomes. Essentially, it links evidence with supporting details. And finally, we get to our summary or linking sentence. Therefore, restrictive visa policies not only deters tourists but also weaken one of Africa's most promising sectors for sustainable economic diversification. This summarizes the paragraph's main point and links it back to the essay's broader argument about the effects of visa restrictions on Africa's economy and also creates a transition to the next point. Holistically, the TEEE strategy demonstrated that the body paragraph started with a clear topic, the cause was explained and supported with credible evidence. The consequences were elaborated and the paragraph was concluded effectively. As such, the application of TEEES demonstrated how coherent, analytical, and well structured a body paragraph was developed for academic writing. Thank you.
Now, let's dive into suggestions for developing the conclusion as it relates to diction and content. In order to create a complete conclusion, the student must use a tone that is clear and reflective. The language should be formal but straightforward, with no repetition, no unclear usage or redundancies. In conclusion, to conclude, and overall are examples of transitional words and phrases that will suggest closure and direct the reader to the final idea. The conclusion should start by restating the thesis statement in a new way. This includes rephrasing the main idea without repeating it word for word. After that, the student should briefly summarize the main points discussed in the essay. This summary should highlight the key cause and effect relationships presented throughout the essay, such as missed economic opportunities for intra-regional trade, reduction of income to tourism sector, and missed economic opportunities for local service economy. Lastly, without introducing new ideas or examples, the conclusion should highlight why these impacts matter. The student can reflect on how visa restrictions continue to hold back Africans' potential growth and cooperation. Ending with a thoughtful statement like encouraging fairer and more open visa policies will leave the reader with a strong final impression and clear message.